Hi and welcome back. Yeah, sorry about that foray onto the wrong side of the road there. That was because I had to press the buttons to start the recording and I was already driving at the time. So that happened. Now, I wanted to talk today about continuing a conversation that AK was having on Galvin Valley number 248, where he was talking about number plates and how number plates and registration things work over in the States. And I wanted to discuss how they work here in New Zealand. But before I get to that, there's something else I meant to mention in the last couple of videos and I forgot. And that's if you have a look at the bottom of the windscreen of my truck here, you'll see a wire mesh thing. Now, I'll see if I can, give me a second, I'm just going to stop the truck and see if I can get an outside view to show you what it actually looks like. Can you see it there? Oh, it's a bit hard to see in the dark here, but you can see there's a wire mesh thing around the bottom of the windscreen there. And I'm guessing, and this is purely a guess here of course, is that Americans probably don't have that on their trucks and might not know the reasoning for it. And so I thought I'd explain that first. And so what that's for is because truck windscreens are obviously pretty big and therefore pretty expensive to replace if they get stone chips on them. And with cab over trucks like this, the European style of truck rather than the American style where you have a bonnet in front of you, it's not overly difficult to get a stone chip along the bottom of your windscreen there. So those wire mesh cages at the bottom of the windscreen is a very, very popular option with truck drivers here in New Zealand at any rate, and it's simply to stop to catch any stones that flick up from vehicles in front of you before they crack the windscreen, so that you don't have to keep on buying new windscreens all the time. So that's what that wire mesh is for, if anyone was wondering. Now, as I said, I finished watching AK's video of Galvin Valley number 248, and he was talking about number plates and registration in America, and so I thought I'd talk about number plates and registration here in New Zealand. So in New Zealand, so first of all, one of the big differences is, from my understanding at any rate, is in America, every time you re-register your vehicle, you get a new number plate given for it. Whereas that's definitely not the way it works in New Zealand. So generally speaking, and I'll tell you about the exceptions in a few minutes, but generally speaking, the number plate your vehicle is issued when it's sold from new is the same number plate that it will have on it for its whole life. The exact same physical metal plates even. I don't know in America, I assume that when they issue you with a new number plate when you re-register your vehicle, it's still got the same number and letter combination as the old plate, it's just got the new registration date, the registration it's good for printed on it instead of the old one, and perhaps a different pattern on the back. I know that in America some states have like picture plates where you might have pictures of mountains or something in the background behind the numbers and letters, whereas in New Zealand all number plates are plain behind the number and letters. You never get any pictures on them. So anyway, as I said, generally speaking, once a vehicle's registered from you in New Zealand, it will have the same number plates on it for its whole entire life. Back in the 70s and 80s and earlier, number plates were black with silver numbers and letters, and every number plate was made up of 2 letters followed by up to 4 numbers. It'd always have at least 2 numbers and normally 4. Then around about the year 2000 or thereabouts, so quite a while ago now, they changed the colour of number plates in New Zealand to white with black writing on them, still following the same format of 2 letters followed by up to 4 numbers with a minimum of actually it may have been single digit numbers as well, so yeah, I think there might have been, come to think of it. So although I knew obviously 9 for each letter combination, so it'd be extremely rare. But anyway, they changed from black number plates with silver writing on them to white number plates with black writing on them. Now, then around about, it's probably about 2005 to 2010, somewhere around there. So still quite a long time ago. They ran out of combinations of 2 letters followed by up to 4 numbers. So they must have got up to ZZ9999. So then they started on 3 letters followed by up to a maximum of 3 numbers, because the number plates didn't change size. You could still only have a maximum of 6 characters to a number plate. And they're still working through 3 letters and up to 3 numbers now. I think they're up to, I think, about R's. So where the first letter is the letter R, they may be up to S by now. I don't sort of keep too much of an eye on that sort of thing, see what the very latest number plate is. But yeah, so they're now white with black numbers and letters, and they'll have 3 letters followed by up to 3 numbers. Now, I did say there's a couple of exceptions to the rule about when you might have a new number plate for your vehicle. Okay, so the first exception is if your vehicle, so in New Zealand, your number plate doesn't have your registration printed, it doesn't have when the registration expires printed on it. The number plate only has the number and letter combination, which is unique to that vehicle, and then in the windscreen of the vehicle you have a sticker which is your warrant of fitness. Now, depending on the age of your vehicle, if it's pre-2000, you need to go for a warrant of fitness every 6 months. If it's post-2000, you need a warrant of fitness every 12 months. And then you also have a plastic pocket with that sticker on one side, which is also stuck to your windscreen. And inside that plastic pocket, you have your registration label. So when you re-register your vehicle, instead of being sent new number plates, you'll just be sent a new label to put in the windscreen. Now, the 2 times your vehicle will end up with a different number plate than what it was originally issued with, because obviously you can generally tell by the number and letter combination about what age a vehicle is generally, is one, if a vehicle goes without any registration for over 12 months. So if it's off the road for over 12 months, then the registration is cancelled, and you would then have to apply for new number plates when you re-register the vehicle again if you then wanted to put it back on the road. Now, you can get a number plate put on hold. So let's say, for example, you've got a classic car or something and you really want to keep the original plates for it, but it's going to be off the road for a number of years while it's being restored. You could contact the police and arrange to have the number plate there put on hold, so it's not cancelled, while you're restoring the vehicle, and then when it's ready to go back on the road, you'd contact them again to get the hold taken off the number plates, so you could then register your vehicle with the old original number plates. And the other time that you would have different number plates on your vehicle is when you apply for personalised plates. Now, personalised plates cost $1,000 a pair in New Zealand, and all vehicles have to have a pair of plates. You have to have one on the front and one on the back. That's so that they can get you both ways with speed cameras. They don't want to not be able to issue a ticket because you didn't have a number plate on the front of your vehicle, so legally you have to have 2. And if you get a personalised plate, when they send you the personalised plate, you have to send the old plates that were on your vehicle back to them, and there's a fairly hefty fine if you don't send those old plates back. So each vehicle can only have 1 set of plates issued to it at once. Now, there is a bit of a thing in New Zealand where it's quite a lot of people like to collect the old road signs in their garage, attach those to the garage wall, but the only way you're going to come across old road signs is to come across them illegally, like taking one down and taking it home or something. So I don't have any old road signs in my garage because I refuse to steal them or anything. That's not who I am, and it's not what I want to get involved in. But there is a bit of a thing in New Zealand. Some people like to have old road signs up on their wall of the garage. They also like to have old number plates up on the wall of the garage. As I said, you're meant to send your plates back. Like if you order personalised plates for your car or something, when your personalised plates arrive, you're meant to send the old ones back. But occasionally a vehicle might get wrecked or something, and somewhere along the lines the plates never got sent back. And so if you've got any old number plates, it's quite a thing in New Zealand to have them stuck on your garage wall. And I must admit that you all know Eustace Farmer, of course, or most of you do. He actually once sent me one of his old number plates. So I don't know in America whether when you get your new number plates because you get your new registration, whether you're meant to send the old plate back or what you're meant to do with it. But I know that I have one of his old number plates here, and it's a very, very treasured item of mine. It's actually a picture plate. And I'm not going to go into what the plate reads or anything like that, because I've got to respect his privacy and things. But yes, I have one of his old picture plates, which is up on my garage wall, and I take great pride in that plate. In fact, I've got to be honest, if any of you people watching are American and you have picture plates that get replaced every year when you re-register your vehicle, I'd really, really love to be able to give you my address and some money for postage and get you to send me your old plates if you legally can do that. I don't want anyone getting in trouble with the law over there, but yeah, if it's perfectly legal to do so, I'd love to get some more old American plates, especially the picture plates, as I said, that have pictures on the back or interesting frames, maybe let's say California underneath or something like that, to stick on my garage wall, because I absolutely love old plates like that. I could share space with one of Eustace Farmer's old plates that he sent me back in the day. So yeah, that was what I want to say about number plates in New Zealand. So and the other thing is, when the personalised number plates came out, because they've only been out for, I don't know, we'll say a decade. I think it's about a decade you've been able to get personalised number plates for. And at the same time as they brought out personalised number plates, they also brought out some colour choices. So as well as the plain normal white number plate with black numbers or letters, you could get a black plate with white letters. You could also get a white plate with red letters, or a white plate with blue letters. So when you order your personalised number plate, you choose the characters you want for it, and you also advise what colour you want it in, so they can print it in the right colour for you. So my wife and I both have personalised number plates on our cars, and that's why I know how much they cost and things. And we both have red lettering on white plates instead of black lettering on the white plates. Now this weekend, it's Friday afternoon as I record this, and this weekend I'm spending, I'm away up north all day Saturday. I'm going up to Wanganui, which is my old hometown, and it's about 2.5 hours north of where I live. Going up there to catch up with an old flatmate, because what happens is, when I moved down here to Wellington, I wasn't married or anything at the time, so I moved into a flat, and there was one other person in that flat, and then a third person moved in. So there was 3 of us guys in the flat when we were all young and single, sort of thing. And all 3 of us are now married with children, but interestingly enough, we've all stayed in touch, and we're all going through sort of the same sort of stages in life. We're all married with children that are getting older and things. So once a year we like to catch up again, just for old time's sake, and see how each of us is doing and things. So that's happening tomorrow, Saturday, and I'm driving up to Wanganui for this flatmate catch up that we're going to have. And then coming back from Wanganui, I've got a very, very good friend up in Wanganui who I haven't seen in a very, very long time. Since I shot it down here, we just haven't caught up with each other in a while. So he's going to come back down, travel back down with me on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday we're going up north again, this time in MX5. There's a big MX5 show on in Fielding, which Fielding's about 2 hours 15 north of me. So about I'm very, very close to Wanganui, where we're going on the Saturday. So, what happened there? What on earth has happened? Hang on, has the barrier gone down again already? What happened there? I don't know. I don't know what's happening, because it hasn't asked me to pay a toll. I thought the barrier had gone up, but it was actually my windscreen wipers I'd seen go up, I think. So let's turn those off for a minute and change the view and try and work out What on earth is happening here? Why is it not giving me the chance to either pay the toll to go through? Maybe I have to go through that one to the left. We'll try and go into Russia here. Now, the last video I picked up a load for Russia, but it was a different load from this. And the reason it was a different load is when I loaded up the game again, it had done an update. And when this game does an update, it normally cancels the load you're carrying and you just go to the nearest town. So it had cancelled the load I had going to Russia and it moved my truck to the nearest town. And I managed to find another load that was going to Russia. So we're still heading into Russia now. This is pre-war Russia, okay, pre-Ukraine conflict. So, what on earth is happening here? Come on, we need to pay the toll. Oh, there we go. Now we get a chance to pay the toll. Checking your documents. Alrighty then, now we can probably go back to the other view then. And as soon as that barrier goes up, there, we're off. Everything's in order. It would be interesting in this game to add the possibility of carrying illegal cargo, and the cash payout for doing so could be much higher. There's also a much greater risk that you're going to get caught and end up with some really, really huge fines. It would just be, I think, an interesting idea perhaps of something to add to the X-ray inspection. Passed, I may continue, okay. It would be an interesting thing perhaps to add to the game as the option of carrying illegal cargoes over different borders and things, but I don't really mind that that's not an option. I do like these borders as you're going into Russia and things. As I said, this is pre-Ukraine conflict Russia, so we're not dealing with any of that today. But we're just waiting for my documents to be checked again, and then we'll be on our way. And again, quite tired, so we're going to have to find somewhere to sleep at some point. Looks like there might be something off to the left of us right now. Proceed right into the inspection hall. Oh, okay, they want me to go into this hall here, do they? Perhaps. Is that where they want me to be? Is this the inspection hall? Again, this is something that... stop at the marked spot. Okay, yes, I think I'm in the right place here. Okay. This is one of the reasons I really, really like Euro Truck Simulator more than American Truck Simulator. There's just a lot more variety of things to do. In fact, the only thing that I've found that the European Truck Simulator 2 doesn't have, which American Truck Simulator does have, is weighbridges. Now, perhaps they don't have those in Europe. They definitely have them here in New Zealand. So, trucks definitely get stopped at weighbridges in New Zealand, and I know they get stopped at weighbridges in American Truck Simulator, but they don't in this. Everything else that American Truck Simulator has, this seems to have as well, but this just has so much extra things, like, for example, this going into Russia and stopping at borders and things like that as you're trying to get into Russia, and just different things like that, changing from driving on the left to driving on the right, depending on, you know, what country you're driving in. There's different laws for each country that you drive in here, whereas I think, I don't know actually, maybe some of the different states in American Truck Simulator do have different laws. I haven't come across any, but in this one I have, because sometimes I get fined for not having my lights on during the day. I'm like, oops, sorry, I didn't know I had to have my lights on during the day in this country and things. And there's definitely different speed limits depending on what country you're in. This seems to be taking a long time. Was this meant to be taking so long? Or am I missing something that I'm meant to be doing? Okay, I'm getting tired, so nothing I can do about that until I can get out of here though. How long are they going to keep me in this inspection hall, I wonder? Hopefully we'll be on our way in a few minutes. Then we might be able to grab that bed that's on the left hand side of the map there and get some sleep. Oh, this is crazy. Maybe I've missed the spot I'm meant to be stopping in. Use the following... Huh? I don't know. Come on. Use the following keys. To try this. I can't read what it says. Use the following key to. Oh, my parking brake. Okay. So, am I meant to be going now? No, the barrier's still up. Oh. I don't know what's happening here. They seem to be taking a very, very long time to inspect my truck, is all I know. There's not much to inspect. It is a flat deck truck after all. It's not a box back or something like that. If that barrier doesn't go up in a minute, I'm just going to back out of the inspection hall and try and avoid it and see what happens. That's what we might do now, I think, actually. Let's try backing out of this inspection hall and seeing if we get pulled over the coal's foot. Stop at the mark and stop the engine. We did that before. Okay, now it's working. Perhaps I've gone a wee bit too far forward before. Look at that, we're now being inspected. So we're carrying 2 forklifts. Okay, now we can go. Everything's in order. Great. Let's go. Now, is there the opportunity to stop at that bed over there? Was that only for people leaving Russia? And I don't know, where's the... No, we're going to try and do that. I think we're going to give that a go, see if we can get into that sleeping area there. Hang on, might just go this way first and then turn and get in there. Because yeah, we're definitely getting tired and I don't see... Well, hang on a second. Yes, I know I'm getting tired, but please hold phone there for a moment. Let's just go and have a look. Yeah, world map. Is that a... No, that's not. Yep, we're going to try and get into that one that's on our left then. And I'll leave you there then, if that works. And so anyway, so the other thing I was going to say is, so yes, all day Saturday I'm up at a big MX5 show and shine, and I plan to take some video over the course of Sunday, and I will post that. Now I've actually taken Monday off work because I'm away pretty much all weekend. Am I in the right place to get into that sleeping area I saw? Oh, I don't know. I do not know. It seems to be on my right now, so I seem to have somehow missed it. Hang on. It's around here someplace. This seems to be an area here where one can sleep, and then, oh, okay, we've totally screwed that up, haven't we? Never mind. We'll pull over here. And we're also beginning to run low on diesel. Getting tired. Yes, I know that. I'm at a place where I should be able to stop and sleep now. Look at that. There you go, we're getting some rest. Look at that. So now we'll get back on the road, and then I need to try and find my way to get back onto heading that direction again. Proceed straight ahead to the X-ray hall. Oh, we've just done the X-ray hall. Really? We need to do it again now? Is this the X-ray hall? I don't know. I think we're just going to try and skip the X-ray hall and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? A big fine or something perhaps? I don't know. But we're going to find out, aren't we? So, come on. You've already X-rayed me once. And then... Oh, look, there's barriers here. It may not let me proceed without going through the X-ray hall again first. No, seeing we go. Okay, so we're now in Russia, and as I said, I'll be recording some videos from this MX5 show, and I will post them probably on Monday, since I've got Monday off work to recover from my big long weekend. So there'll be a car video for you on Monday. Bye for now, everyone.